A very good evening. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. Welcome to UBC News Tonight, today on the 8th of September 2024, with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, as your anchor, and Mughal Muhammad on sign language. We start off with President Yoweri Museveni, who has rallied youth in Busoga sub-region to embrace government's programs which will elevate their incomes to improve their livelihoods. Now, Museveni was addressing youth who turned up at Kirima grounds for this year's Universal Church of Righteous Youth Crusade in Kalido District. This second Patriotic Youth Leaders Crusade was attended by Minister Jennifer Namyangu, Balambar Gahara, and the NRM Secretary General Richard Tudwong. This was on the theme, Remember Your Creator in the Days of Your Youth.
This has been the mood at the National Leadership Institute Chankwanzi as over 100,000 local government leaders concluded the 14-day retreat.
Mindset that you want to change the person now.
What have I learned from here? One, leadership.
We have known how now we can defend ourselves.
The Prime Minister Robin Anabanja appreciated the initiative.
Because I'm the chief monitor of government programs, I coordinate ministries, departments and agencies, and so I thought in order for us to reach down to the people, we needed all of us to be aligned.
The President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, was the chief guest.
And then give you the sound of the events.
First at the pass out before converging for the sermon was a word of prayer and the two joint memorandums from leaders.
Your Excellency, these humble servants of yours, leaders from different capacities, have been here for so many days and have been eagerly waiting for this one moment.
Ideological training was timely and focused on enhancing leaders' capacities on monitoring government programs. The government leaders have also raised the concern that they humbly request for enhancement of remuneration of all local government leaders at all levels.
These were followed by addresses of the Commandant of Nali and Kaweweta.
Your Excellency, these participants are so interesting. On this course, they applied themselves very well. They applied themselves very well. They demonstrated a high sense of commitment.
Effective leaders, effective leadership is not about making speeches. It's not about being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes. Go forth and transform your local governments through the best examples as leaders. Remember always to walk the talk.
Minister Victoria Rusoke and Prime Minister Robin Anabanja addressed the retreat.
People must be patriotic to love this country because we are, because Uganda is.
Your Excellency, the skills gained during the 14 days training, these participants are now change agents in driving the socio-economic agenda for Uganda through effective monitoring of government programs starting at grassroots. Dear participants, now that you are change agents, as we agreed, when you go back, ensure that you effectively manage your time.
Nabanja then after invited the President to address the gathering.
In all these programs which they taught you, the one summary that will help you is to recognize how the NRM differed from the other political groups.
Museveni elaborated on what informed their struggle for power in his address.
You would hear them saying, "Echafe, you as who?" So the purpose of politics to them was identity. We said that the main purpose of politics is to create prosperity. So that's why we said, the purpose of politics cannot be identity. It must be to get prosperity.
President Museveni's lecture to the leaders focused on patriotism and wealth creation. He noted that his vision has steered Uganda to higher heights with the availability of security and peace.
Discipline the army.
Ekisooka amagye gabe n'empisa.
Because it was the army mainly disturbing the peace of other people.
The president was dissatisfied with the one-sided justice society, where the illiterates suffer more, singling out land wrangles.
There is, you may have no war, but you may not have justice for all, like land matters. And there could be attacker stealing the land. And the people, the victims are people who are not educated. The ones who cheat are a bit educated. Now, then you say, you, the leaders in your area, you say, Mbalekeba megane mukoti. That's where you find a lot of anger among the people, because they are really cheated, disturbed.
Regarding the mismanagement of government resources at the lower levels, Museveni reminded leaders to heed to their roles. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, that was a story where President Museveni visited people who had taken off the 16 days transformational retreat for local leaders that was happening at National Leadership Institute Chankwanzi, and of course Oliver Tambo School of Leadership, which was closed and graced by President Museveni. He addressed leaders on politics, discouraged politics of identity and self-centeredness, but rather flagged them off to be ambassadors of peace, security and transformation in their respective communities. We still continue with President Museveni, who has rallied youth in Busoga sub-region to embrace government's programs which will elevate their incomes to improve their livelihoods. Now, Museveni was addressing youth who turned up at Kirima grounds for this year's Universal Church of Righteousness Youth Crusade in Kalilo District. This second Patriotic Youth Leaders Crusade was attended by Ministers Jennifer Namiango, Balambarugahara and the NRM Secretary General Richard Todwong. And this was of the theme of Remember Your Creator in the Days of Your Youth.
Oluyimba luno olw'abavubuka ba Daudi olwa President Museveni
righteousness, Your Excellency, they stand for 4 important things. One is that they believe in righteousness as a spiritual prerequisite to inherit the kingdom of God. 2, they teach their members that the marriage institution is for one man, one wife. I'm sure this is a very powerful message to the Busogas. 3, Your Excellency, they believe in the church court that helps in spiritual guidance of their flocks. But above all, they are teaching their members hard work.
The rice, you get very little. We have done experiment in a place called Limoto in Paris, where you the MPs can go and see. Instead of damaging the swamp, we should make fish ponds at the edge of the swamp. So that the center of the chibari comes back and becomes the chibari, the edge is the fish pond. Then you will get much more money than you are getting from the wetlands now. But then you also bring back the water. The water comes back in the center of the Chibali. Now, when I came from where I landed, Kumitara,
Imosto's Coastal Rehabilitation Hospital has started a clinic to offer care to children with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a neuromuscular condition that progressively affects the muscles, leading to general body weaknesses. Take a look as Adiana Nakoti reports.
Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a genetic condition that is in a class of rare diseases and mostly affects boys.
Because this is a condition that is inherited, the boys get it from the mother, it's X-linked. And as we all know that mothers have 2 X's and fathers have 1 X and a Y, so the boys will get the X from the mother.
Although there is no clear statistics, it is indicated that 300,000 people globally are living with the condition, and in Uganda it is estimated that there are 250,000 individuals. Pediatric neurologist Dr. Robert Sebunya, working within Zambia Hospital, explains that the disease leads to progressive muscle fiber degeneration and weakness.
This baby is born or boy is born normally, develops okay. In some they could have delayed in walking and even delay in talking. However, as time goes on, you'll find that they will have delay in walking. Running is becoming the problem. They trip while running, while walking, and eventually they start coming in. Actually, retrospectively, the parents may not know, may think that this child is just making up things. But with time, you find these children start failing to walk. They progressively get muscle weakness, and they'll have big calves, and then they are unable even to comb their hair because the limb girdle, the muscles within the girdles, either the shoulder girdle or the hip girdle, are very weak.
Individuals diagnosed with the condition face challenges with walking, and by the age of 12, many are reliant on wheelchairs due to muscle degeneration. Lunkse Simbwa, a mother of a child with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, recalls how she moved from one hospital to another.
We were referred to one neurologist who was able to diagnose our child with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. A condition that is so painful as they introduce to you as a parent, because when you give birth to this child, the child looks normal and you're expecting good progress, only to tell you that he has an ailment that is going to be wasting away his muscles as he grows up, and it's such a pain.
Dr. Birungi Deus Dedit is also living with the condition and can no longer work due to continuous muscle wasting.
And I did the program successfully, completed. I went to Zambia for internship. I did internship successfully. However, because of the condition getting worse and worsening, I'm no longer involved actively in practice, actively in clinical practice, because of the degeneration that I have undergone and the significant weakness I have suffered. But now I would consider it a risk to the patient and to myself if I'm doing being involved directly in day-to-day clinical practice and treatment of patients. So I no longer do that because I have gotten significantly weaker compared to when I was doing internship or when I was training as a medical doctor.
It is against this backdrop that Coastal Rehabilitation Hospital has started a clinic where children with the condition can access multidisciplinary rehabilitation services.
Neuromuscular conditions are quite many, and in our communities they are often misdiagnosed, they are often ignored, and they are often misconstrued as other problems. For example, witchcraft, among other things. We decided to open this clinic and to create awareness for our patients, because the number of patients that present with these conditions to us are actually quite many.
So the motivation is to really offer care to these children and to have the parents know that there is hope. there is hope, and we've got to start from somewhere in order for us to end somewhere.
This is going to help in raising awareness, but in also reaching many children with a condition that is most often under-recognized. And once you start an initiative like this, once the awareness is spread and many children are reached, we shall have more children being diagnosed and more children being addressed and treated.
The Ministry of Health commended the Coastal Rehabilitation Hospital for the initiative and pledged collaboration.
Ideally in Uganda, it's something which is a gap. We're estimating that around 250 boys have these problems. But this is not all that we have. We are sure that we are having many of these conditions.
Although Duchenne muscular dystrophy is among the rare diseases, it is one of the most neglected conditions, and it is therefore critical that there is awareness creation about the diagnosis and where patients can seek rehabilitation services. Diana Kote, UBC.
Thank you so much, Adiana Nakoti. Uganda's industrialization drive is transforming lives and boosting the local economy. One of the major contributors to this effort is Sino Industrial Park in Mbale, established under President Jerry Museveni's vision to promote industrial growth and reduce unemployment. And the park has become a center of excellence for manufacturing in Uganda.
Sino Industrial Park, situated on 2.5 square kilometers in the Bugisu sub-region, is one of the 22 industrial parks proposed to be established across the country to boost Uganda's industrial sector. Since its official opening by President Museveni in 2019, the park has become a hub for manufacturing a wide range of products, including steel, electronics, appliances, textiles, and furniture.
My studies I ended in expo. The time I've spent here, I've experienced some skills assembling the TV. I can repair. In case of any damage, I can repair, and I can observe where the problem is.
Currently, the park employs over 4,000 workers, with 70% women. Others are vulnerable groups like widows, school dropouts, and single mothers.
I joined this company in October last year as someone who knew nothing about technology and phones. Then I came to know about it here. I was introduced to many things, to assembling phones from the beginning part to the ending part.
I started learning, but for me I had some knowledge. We started learning from the trousers for ladies. From that time we shifted to gentles. They were very complicated, but I had to learn very fast because I had that heart of learning.
A showroom has been set up in Kampala in the name of You Home at Arena Mall to promote the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda, Bubu campaign.
We just brought the materials from China sometimes, and we assemble everything in here. Comparing to the normal market, it is unbeatable. Our products are very high quality. We normally use a very good leather on the sofa and on the beds. And when it comes to the furniture, we use very good type of board, very imported board, very good quality.
Most of the products manufactured at the Mbale Industrial Park are sold to the final consumer.
We support Bubu at U Home, T-Cell and Black Arc TV and some home appliances all made in Mbale Industrial Park. Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. We love to see that every Uganda has set a TV at home.
The sales manager You Home, Sekabira Abdu, says all products are made in Uganda and meet the highest quality standards. Every product is tested and approved by the Uganda Bureau of Standards.
Honestly, our prices, we are always on the same page with our local vendors we deal with. We do supply to so many people in Kampala business industry, and we always sit on the table and we set up prices. We are not cheaper here, as I may say, because we also consider the people we supply our things to. Our prices are always being monitored, because honestly we cannot be cheaper here when we are the same people supplying other people out. Our prices are controlled.
Customers at You Home say the products meet the needs of the average Ugandan household.
It has good quality appliances. It has also the cheapest prices around town.
Right now, if you check around stores that are selling appliances, UHOM has the best appliances at the cheapest prices.
From the production lines in Mbale to the showrooms in Kampala, Uganda's industrial park supports the nation's economic growth to achieve government's Vision 2040 of fighting unemployment and driving industrialization forward. Benon Mukwaya, Tony Senabulya, UBC News.
In more stories, the Rwenzori East Regional Police has successfully identified the 2 individuals who lost their lives in Saturday's devastating flood, which resulted from the overflow of River Nyamwamba into Kasese municipality. SP Nelson Tumusime, the Rwenzori East Regional Police spokesperson, says that the deceased are Bright Wombere, 28, and Masika Taopista, 40, both residents of Nyamwamba Division.
Several residents in the most affected areas, including Kamlikwizi, have shared harrowing accounts of the flood's impact, with many reporting the loss of properties worth millions. Mary Juliet, one of the affected residents, expressed deep concern over the potential outbreak of diseases like cholera and malaria, as the most of the area's toilets were washed away in the floods.
We registered 2 deaths. The deceased were identified as Mateke Taopista, 40 years old, and Wambare Blight, 28 years old.
In response to the disaster, an emergency meeting on disaster control was convened at Kasese Municipal Council to discuss strategies for managing the situation.
They have ideas and they are willing to help, but most likely we seem to be doing it with only technocrats and the leaders without involving these local.
We'll record it as it comes in. We have 596 households affected. Those people who have had their houses flooded with water, but also those whose houses have collapsed, have been destroyed. We have a total of 2,660 people who are affected in those categories.
May their souls rest in eternal peace. In more stories, Dr. Philemon Mateke, father to late State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs Sarah Mateke Nyirabashitsi, has described her daughter, his daughter, as a unifying figure in the politics of Kisoro District. Dr. Mateke, who also served as the chairperson of the NRM party in Kisoro District, shared that he played a significant role in mentoring Sarah for a career in politics.
She couldn't recognize anybody. That was not Sarah. She couldn't antagonize any person at all. Very hardworking. She used to move all over the district in just one day. Even here. That's why people voted her. She had the potentials, and she has shown those potentials. This is just a few years. Yeah, she has been with them. Very hardworking, if you know her.
My name is Abel Bizmana. I'm the district chairperson of Kisoro, and I'm really hurt, dumbfounded to be part of the community of Kisoro that has lost this important person called Honorable Sarah Mateke. We have lost an industrious person, a person who has been innovative, who created a university and many campuses made to stay here, where all people that belong to Metropolitan University come and graduate here, sleep here, eat our food, and then add value to people of Kisoro's income. Of course, we have got, for the first time, a person who is a politician, showing that there is more to politics than politicking, using their own money to build the nursing school, put up a metropolitan radio FM. This one was a challenge, but please make sure your income as a politician is not lost in politicking. So to us, we have lost a very passionate person. Today, if you see how Kisoro looks like, the dark cloud hidden was covering the skies of Kisoro today.
I'm called Honorable Agawa James, and I'm the LC5 councillor. I represent Southern Division to the district from the municipality. Sarah did a lot of things here, not even becoming a minister. She was a town clerk of Kisoro district, where we even got this municipality. It was a catastrophe of Sarah Nyirabashitsi and other people who worked hard that Kisoro be elevated from a town council into a municipality. But when the president also found that Nyirabashitsi can also perform and gave her more duties rather than being only an MP, she was added another work of becoming a minister, which she performed well. That yearly showed all of Fumbira and the whole country that Sarah Nyirabashitsi can perform. So I request His Excellency the President that if he is going to again choose someone to replace Sarah in that position, to reconsider Kisoro people, because they have people who can also manage to be ministers, so that we don't lose that connection, or don't lose our person who was sitting on that cabinet seat. Someone else can also can occupy what Sarah was doing.
Being a minister from Kisoro, she has been the only female minister, woman minister, in the whole of Western region of Uganda. So we request the President to please consider for us another woman in Kisoro, in the way of also practicing the woman emancipation, like empowering women. Look for one of the women, but we need also to consider like the same characters that Sarah Mateke has been having.
The National Forestry Authority, NFA, has launched an eco-tourism initiative in collaboration with the Bugoma Primate Conservation Project to conserve the remaining sections of Bugoma Central Forest Reserve. The initiative was officially launched at Kaboya Sub-County, Chikobe District.
National Forestry Authority Public Relations Officer Juliet Mubi says ecotourism offers a sustainable solution to reduce the pressure on the forest.
We are working with partners, especially the communities and other local authorities, to conserve Bugoma so that we protect these species that we have seen here and the ecotourism potential of Bugoma.
She emphasizes the forest's rich biodiversity, including primates like chimpanzees, baboons, which could serve as major attractions for tourists.
We came for chimp tracking. We've been able to see the chimps. There are two communities of chimps here. One is being utilized for research and another one is being utilized for ecotourism purposes.
Mubi also encouraged the public to embrace local tourism due to its economic growth and environmental conservation.
A forest with very high biodiversity. There are several species here. We've seen the chimps, there are baboons, there are monkeys, and other species like even butterflies.
Walter Kankwasa, a researcher with the Bugoma Primate Conservation Project, stressed the preserving of the forest ecosystem.
It's how for the people. So as the Uganda Cranes Conservation Project, we have to deal with people, but also we specifically focus on school-going children, because we know these are the future generations. If they do understand the role of this, then most likely they will appreciate, and in future the conservation efforts may be a bit.
Members of Uganda Association of Private Vocational Institutions, UGABRIV, wants government to extend ICT infrastructure across the country to effect the new curriculum. They made the demand at a panel on the relevance of TVET institutions to the manufacturing sector held in Gayaza.
In 2010, Uganda adopted Vision 2040 as a framework to support socio-economic transformation. The vision was to be operationalized by a series of national development plans committed to policy reforms that emphasize increased competitiveness and up to human capital development. Government, therefore, through this policy, introduced a technical and vocational education training TVET to address skilling challenges. At a panel discussion held at Kalo Institute of Vocational Training, instructors interfaced with the representatives from UBTEB, Vocational Training Institutes, Uganda Manufacturers Association about the relevance of TVET to Uganda's manufacturing sector.
It improves on the skills of the workforce. It addresses the skills gap.
Our certificates should be able to speak that so and so has covered this, so and so has done this. We introduced the modular assessment, which I'm very proud of, that is bringing our TVET system to be understood by the world of work.
TVET can be relevant to industries if it trains people who are identifiable, who can behave the profession to begin with.
They cited the challenges TVET centers face with limited industry participation, negative perception of TVET.
I can say I'm a failure because I did technical education. So I'm making an appeal to the parents. Once your child or daughter goes for technical education, sit down and go on your knees to thank God. The most thing needed now to promote technical and vocational education at the facilities. Some technical institutes, vocational institutes, don't have enough facilities, whereas this is hands-on.
The principal, Cal Vocational Training Lydia Nachembe, called upon government to extend the ICT infrastructure to be undertaken in the new curriculum.
Challenge we are having basically, most of these instructors who are living deep in the villages cannot access ICT. They cannot they cannot cooperate the ICT which is coming up today with the learners. Most of these people have no computers. Really, it becomes a challenge for them to use e-learning such that they can improve in the service delivery. Financially, they cannot help themselves. They need financial assistance such that they can upgrade for the better service delivery with competencies.
With the insufficient number of trainers across the country, the institute enrolled over 100 trainers in carpentry and joinery, catering, hairdressing, construction, plumbing, all with certificates. Senior educationist Had Yusuf Bachu was concerned about TVET centers risking closure.
Parents, you must be proud that your son or daughter has got a milestone in his profession. It's a step on a ladder. You can climb from there, the degree level. Pedagogy is the pillar in training.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Christians from Cornerstone Church have been asked to stick to one partner in marriage as a way of reducing domestic violence and cases of child neglect in the country. This was a message from Pastor Daniel Kisa of Cornerstone Church Family Day as they prepared couples to manage and keep their marriages.
Since most marriages are officiated by the religious. However, despite marriages being under the guidance of God's men, cases of domestic violence, child neglect, and poor upbringing are still common. The lead pastor at Cornerstone Church, Daniel Kisa, wants government to tighten domestic laws so as to curb domestic violence. During a family day out of the church members held at Garuga in Entebbe municipality, Pastor Daniel Kisa also urged the married to hold onto their vows they make in marriage.
Of family, that families will be together, families will be bound together, children will grow up in the fear of the Lord, one man, one woman. It's a recurring issue. The absenteeism of fathers, absent fathers. It's not only fathers that are divorced or separated, but there are many fathers that are absent in the lives of their children. And when that is carried over and over and over, its impact is felt in the community. Then children, people have children and they don't have a plan of living with them. They have children and leave them with the grandparents to go and work. There is a gap for parents in society that we have to emphasize. Either we go back to the roots of the African.
The head of the Marrieds at Cornerstone Church, Simon Mogoya, emphasized one man, one woman, citing it as a way of making marriage a foundation for nation building.
Union of the Marrieds, and I pledge all women who all everywhere that our role as wives is to submit. We will be strong, and we shall bring up children that fear.
As a family, you need to stand to every family. You cannot be only to your family, but you will be other families. You also will advise what is going wrong and good.
Mike Bakabulindi has compiled the report.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondolo. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Sometimes, the pressure of paying taxes can feel overwhelming. The temptation to cut corners and under-declare your income may creep in. But before you make that choice, consider the cost. Under-declaring taxes might seem like an easy way out, but the consequences can be severe. URA offers resources and payment plans to help you manage your taxes. You can pay in installments if it's difficult to pay in full. Transparency is key. Avoid penalties and unexpected liabilities by reporting everything accurately. To report corruption, call URA on our toll-free lines. Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Once upon a time, there lived identical twins who gave birth to beautiful princes and princesses.
Their mothers gave their babies' bodies a lot of care by applying on their skin with Baby Junior jelly.
Though dried their chariots and everyone would admire their glowing skin. Fun fact, Baby Junior prevents diaper rash, dry and sensitive skin.
Moms all over Africa love Baby Junior jelly. Baby Junior's the skin, no more worries anymore. Baby Junior. Baby Junior.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Uganda fire! Endiva fire! Our border fire!
Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nabole Stadium opened its doors once again? You are one movie. You were the 12th player when Uganda Cranes needed you the most. Through our famous wins against Tubakunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder. Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda fire! Proud Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we are unstoppable.
Easy to prepare, just 3 minutes and they're ready. You can have them anywhere.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight, and in our business stories, the Poverty Alleviation Department of State House, PAD, has supported farmers in Charushozi Sub-County Chenjojo District, which inputs to change their livelihoods. Among the inputs that have been distributed are calves, beehives, and the project coordinator Western Region, Josephine Choncho, told the beneficiaries that it is President Yoweri Museveni's vision of addressing poverty.
Department Josephine Chichoncho have visited farmers of Chongera Model Village in Charusozi Sub-County, Chenjojo District, to assess the performance of the project. Chiza Mwesige, a farmer in Chigoba Village, received a cow that has helped him to generate income through sale of milk and manure.
Vyazaire natandika gikama liti 14 za mata. Musanju ningunywa, musanju ningukozesa ninyamu akasente. Akasente ako khererira abana kandi nyiraho nesa 30 za siminti esterera hanju mukuru league.
Mwesige appealed to the PAD project to check fake livestock drugs on market.
Omuwazi gwo kufuhira ngo atwina nyingi muno betu muwazi yeje tukufuhira teri origin kugamba ngo muwazi ogwo uragufuhirizente yanguhefu kurungi ntabwo kitwine kizibu cyo mbazi gwo kufuhira tutukafunira mbazi gwenyini ogura tuyamba
bintu bituyambire obutwiha musente tukatunda abana ntwerera mbasoma cyonka ntusima nturora kimu abana mbacyagenda mu maiso no kusoma ntumanye bintu mbija kuongera kugenda mu maiso no kutuyamba.
Other farmers, Steven Muchunguzi and group, are in Bees Farmers, and Daniel Rojwago got a cow.
Ikimu kiona kitambwira kurungi kandi ebintu bituhikire kurungi muno, so ntusima His Excellency the President ebintu byona ebyakusindika turozere sazi n'itwe nkakiyongera tutandikira ku improvinga.
Tumusimo wetinisa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni habwe ntekereze je yatekerizeho nkaitwe okoraba mu kitongole cya PAD.
Ebintu ebitutungire birugire mu President Museveni kandi President Museveni akaberaganiza mu manifesto ye hati ni ndoranti ahikirize ebyayeraganize. So ni musima teni hugarukira
nko zizibere ni rugahara muno ni njwa ha mazira kurugamsiri ni puranjwa hiri bitati ni nyanguhirwa kutumisa biogas tinchaenda kutalibana kuona.
After the field tour, officials met at Charusozi Sub-County to hand over 12 calves and 173 beehives to new beneficiaries. Peris Katusabe was among the beneficiary of calf pledge to support her family.
Nanyo yange ningirinda tindu kutunda. Abokuba nyine nazindi tinso kutunda ente yabandi. Abokuba eno agimpe Munsimire Museveni president mwene waitu nyondi musitanya kumseura karuru.
Nisima Museveni kumperezente abokuja kwebesaho akayange no kuongera kugahidale rimbere ndo kunteka hidale eraigu.
The head of team from State House, also PAD, Western Region Coordinator Josephine Chichoncho, says the farmers' image in Chongera Model Village conveys clear objectives of the project.
Most of them have colonized, so I'm confident and I believe Chongera is a promising upcoming model village.
She also mentions challenges and advised beneficiaries
In some other villages where we give out inputs and people don't fully embrace them to be there, that we still have a big challenge of mindset change.
The Poverty Alleviation Department under State House was introduced by President Museveni in 2003 to support low-income earners change livelihoods. Andrew Sebira compiled this report.
Dairy farmers need to focus on producing high-quality milk as the wet season begins. The Quality Assurance Manager at Lakeside Dairies, Wamala Sydney Mark, says that they should target upcoming rains to grow fodder that can be used to feed their cows during the dry season.
Despite concerns among some farmers about potential drops in milk prices, processors have reassured them that prices will depend on the required quality standards.
The farmers should only emphasize on having their raw milk at the required quality, because if the quality is at standard, even if it is rainy or dry, it does not matter. The pricing of his milk will remain. It won't be affected more, because we are expecting to receive good quality milk. So if one has a good quality milk, he should not expect his price to flow down.
The dry spell had led to a significant reduction in milk production, thus higher milk prices. However, with the onset of rains, this situation could change.
In actual sense, when the rainy season has come, that means the flow of milk is more. Now, if the flow of milk is more, it means the price of raw milk tends to reduce compared to a dry season. So in wet season, we expect more milk.
Wamala Sydney Mark, Quality Assurance Manager at Lakeside Dairies, emphasized that milk adulteration is more common during dry spells.
We collect feedback is through WhatsApp groupings, whereby if one has a query, it just communicates on WhatsApp. It reaches many at the shortest time, whereby that query can be worked on and the product is brought to the required standard.
As
they get stickers to brand their cars, to brand their kiosks, to brand their shops free of charge. The other way we support them by giving them uniforms free of charge. That is done every month. The other way that we support our retailing partners is by giving them loans of chest fridges, whereby they pay slowly within time.
Sudat Kaye and Ambrose Muhumuza, UBC News.
The East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 is here, happening on 8th and 9th of November 2024 under the theme Enhancing Tourism as Engine for Social and Economic Transformation on the sidelines of WTM London at the Rembrandt Hotel, 11 Thurlow, PI South Kensington, London, SW7 2RS, United Kingdom. For tickets, exhibitors will pay £1,000 and participants will pay £300. For more information, call +256 787 096 100 or +254 795 806 969. Visit www.eauktourismexpo.com to register.
Thank you so much for still watching UBC TV, and welcome to the last segment of UBC News Tonight that started at 8 p.m. and is about to come to an end. Now, the Uganda Cranes have returned at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, for training ahead of its second 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier game against Congo Brazzaville this Monday. Details follow.
The Uganda Cranes has held its last training session ahead of its second Group K 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. Uganda plays Congo Brazzaville in a 7 p.m. kickoff on Monday that Coach Paul Put requires 100% from his players before the home crowd at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole.
The players know this, so we will try to show the people, our supporters, that we play at home and that we are going to try to play for the 3 points.
Uganda played out an impressive 2-all draw in its opening fixture last Friday against South Africa. In that game, South Africa took the lead before Uganda leveled and took the lead. only to concede in added time.
If you can sign before the game to play a draw in South Africa, I think everybody will be happy and jumping. So, of course, in the second half, 1 minute or 2 minutes to play, and you have to win. It's hard, it's painful, but this is also part of football. But I think we have to focus on the game of tomorrow, and let's hope the point that we have taken in South Africa is a bonus.
The team missed the services of defenders Halid Waliwa and Kenneth Semakula due to immigration logistics, and also lost on-form striker Mohamed Shaban to an injury. The good news is that Semakula and Waliwa are available, and Shaban Mohamed has trained under close monitoring from the medical staff.
Shaban was injured in the last training session. During the training session, at the last 10-15 minutes of training, so he was not able to sit on the bench. We have been treating him, but also not that much because you've been playing and you have traveling. If you're traveling the whole day in the flight, in the airport, it's not that easy. Today he have been doing a small session, so now we will see on the pitch, we will do some individual exercises to see, but if it's really a little rupture or something, that it's tricky.
Team captain Khalid Aucho speaks the mood in camp with optimism that maximum points will be secured off Congo-Brazzaville that beat South Sudan in its first game.
We considered a later goal because we lost concentration, but it was painful. But I think for us, we are ready for the next game, and the players are ready to take over, and we are ready to win the game, because that's the issue. We need to win this game so that we can be able to qualify, because if we win this game, it will be better for us. It will put us in a good shape.
It should be noted that the host venue for the Uganda Cranes game on Monday also hosted Kenya versus Zimbabwe last Friday, and will on Tuesday have Zimbabwe play Cameroon.
Tubadde tukola nga wakikozesa naye waliwo omupiira ogwaliko emabega awo nga tukolera ddala guno gwaleegwa local match era baasambiramu nga tukyayiwa ne tatani, naye nga wenjogerera wano kati n'okuyiwa ekisaawe kino ky'okuddukirako tatani kyawedde era ne tatani alirwedde kumukozesa. So wano tetulina obuzibu bw'amaanyi era ekireeta bino emipiira gye bagamba ziri consecutive, waliwo gwa Friday twagumaliriza era n'owotunulira ekisaawe embeera gye kirimu kiramu nnyo kikyetaaga era bakikozese, naye basambiramu enkyera kijja kwesigala kiramu olw'okuba wano ekisaawe kati kimaze okukula, kikuze, omuddo gukuze, gumeze, gunywedde amazzi, baguteesemu ebijimusa bingi, kati tegulina buzibu bwonna.
The top two teams are from each of the 12 groups will qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Uganda will aim to return to AFCON for the first time since 2019.
The game is for tomorrow, and so many Ugandans are excited to see if Uganda Cranes gets to win the match. Now, the 2024 Johnny Walker Open Golf Series have climaxed with the professionals category, ending proceeding at the Par 71 Entebbe Golf Club. Take a look as John Ban Sentemo reports.
The 19th Johnny Walker Uganda Professional Golf Open has climaxed proceedings of the Johnny Walker Series that started in August.
The 83rd edition, you know, that number is fantastic. Eh? It's fantastic to hear that we have been able to do this consistently in Uganda and to bring this to life. And I think we owe it to the Uganda Golf Union, who have brought professionalism, they have brought their vision to life here in Entebbe. I think we have fantastic hosts in Entebbe Golf Club. It has a rich golfing pedigree here in Entebbe, and we're very happy that this edition, the 3rd edition, is here in Entebbe. So it's really testament to the union, the club leadership for organizing this tournament.
The professionals category that attracted 120 players from 10 different countries was won by Zambian John Dane Moore, who shot 64, 73, 72 and 72 over 4 days for his 3 under to 81.
You know, I actually thought about it yesterday. I remember my friend Madeliso winning it at Serena. And I did say at Serena that I'll one day win it, and it's come to pass. And I'm very happy with it.
The best Ugandan performer was Philip Kasese, who finished a joint 6th with Kenya's Mike Kisia on 287 gross points. The professionals category of this Cash Legends series had a 150 million shillings kitty staked by Johnny Walker.
So again, the tournament is a collaboration of like-minded sponsors. So it's not just Johnny Walker. We are very happy to be title sponsors, but when we are able to get more sponsors on the wagon, you know, we have a bus. We want more sponsors to come, bring the game of golf to life, bring the prize money up, so we can attract more and more professional golfers to bring the standard of golf that is played here in Uganda up. We really are keen to create Uganda as a golf destination.
For his victory, Mo took home 31.5 million Uganda shillings, while a second-placed Celestine Sanzuwera bagged 21 million Uganda shillings. There were 2 hole-in-one shots made by Eric Obura on hole 2 and Tadeo Gaita on hole 8. The professionals category attracted players from 10 countries including Tanzania, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Burundi, Zambia, Cameroon and Zimbabwe. The Johnny Walker Open Golf Series have had several subplots that started with the juniors category that was powered by Hisense and won by Winnie Musuya among the girls and Cosmos Ochiti among the boys. It also had the seniors in which Adrian Kagombe and Paul Katwiremu triumphed, while the ladies open was won by Hawa Nyeche and the amateur men's title taken by Regan Akena. Rwanda's Celestine Nsunzowera won the pro-am that came with a 3.5 million shillings cash prize.
Vision Group defeated MTN Uganda 1-0 in the 2024 Standard Chartered Cup tournament to claim this year's title and a trip to Liverpool's Anfield Stadium. Over 40 teams participated in the Cup tournament played at the Philip Omondi, where Uganda Cranes Limited, Uganda Breweries Limited and MTN Uganda and Vision Group made it to the top 4. Vision Group, that has been the final of this event several times, are excited to win it this time, and the players look forward to their Anfield trip later next year. The Standard Chartered Cup is a tournament organized by the Standard Bank Uganda in partnership with English Premier League club Liverpool. Take a look.
Standard Chartered Cup, I can say that Allah has been responsible for our win, because first of all, we had very many teams that have been beating us. We have lost on 4 finals. This was our 4th final, and the last 3 finals we were losing. Last year we finished semi-finals. Toyota eliminated us, but we managed to beat them here in our opening game. So we took each and every game as a final to us as Vision Group, and that has helped us, I think, go into each and every game with determination to win that match until the finals, and MTN can really congratulate us because we beat them fairly.
According to us, we've not lost. Was in comparison to how we performed last year, it's actually a great improvement. Last year we were knocked off at the quarterfinals, so we are happy, we are proud that this year we've been the finalists among the top 2 teams. At least that's encouraging. Next time better.
Then SC Cup 7th edition in the last 9 years, 40 teams, 295 games played here today at the KCC grounds. What an amazing atmosphere, spirit. Just want to thank our corporates. It's been a day of maturity, of competition, of fair play, tensions, anxiety, excitement. And finally, the best team won, New Vision. What an amazing game that we saw in the final between them and MTN. Clearly, Uganda Breweries did amazing battle.
Because like the likes of Luis Diaz, Arnold, Macalister, Sobozolai.
And that's all we had for you in this hour. Do join me again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, as with Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, Anita Among, informs the general public of the passing of Honourable Sarah Mateke, which occurred on Saturday, the 7th of September 2024 at Mengo Hospital. There will be a funeral service and vigil on Monday, the 9th of September 2024 at Parliament Grounds, led by Archbishop Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, starting at 2 p.m. There will be another funeral service at All Saints Cathedral, Kampala, on Tuesday, the 10th of September 2024, starting at 8 a.m. Thereafter, the body will be taken to